Some more now with the director of the Africa programme at Chatham House, Dr. Alex Vines, because Dr. Vines, many people have different views on where Rwanda is as a country. Is it a dreadful dictatorship that has no human rights, or is it this wonderful panacea of growth and economic opportunity in Africa? Or perhaps is it somewhere in between?
Oh, definitely it's in between. So it's an authoritarian country, and you couldn't have a debate like you have on GB News about politics in Rwanda. But it does have impressive economic growth. It is a secure country if you abstain from politics. And so the reality isn't what Andrew Mitchell was depicting yesterday, that it's a lot better living in Kigali than London. But it's by far not a basket case or a dangerous place. It's a lovely place to visit if you're on holiday, for example.
And do we know how many people Rwanda is prepared to take? How prepared are they?
Oh, they are prepared. This is a good deal for Rwanda. It also builds in British government support diplomatically for Rwanda for a number of things. Remember, Rwanda is a East African landlocked country. It is a poor country. It is developing. It aspires to become middle income. And so the Rwanda bill and this partnership with the United Kingdom is an important one for Rwanda. President Kagame of Rwanda has very actively solicited multiple international partnerships, of which the United Kingdom is a key part of that.
Yes, it is interesting to note the second half of the title of the treaty that we've signed with Rwanda. It's not just the migration treaty, it's the migration and economic development treaty. These two things going hand in hand, greater trade ties, greater ties between the United Kingdom and Rwanda diplomatically, but also helping that sort of investment that might well turn into one of our key allies in the region.
Yeah, the partnership with Rwanda and the United Kingdom government is strong. There's a very strong personal relationship between the British Minister for Africa, Andrew Mitchell, and President Kagame. But, you know, if there was a change of government, there's very good relationships with Labour Party. The relationship between Tony Blair and Paul Kagame is very, very close too. So this transcends.
And yet the Labour Party is saying they would scrap the Rwanda scheme. Frankly, they would wipe out. Actually, this is a point that I don't think anyone's raised before. How would they scrap the scheme if they couldn't just unilaterally withdraw from a treaty? This would be a very complicated process, unless they're going to break international law.
So, you know, Britain has its relationships. It can change its relationships. The relationship between the Labour Party and what Paul Kagame is developing. At the COP summit in Dubai, you had a meeting between Keir Starmer and Paul Kagame. So I wouldn't exclude anything, but I do think it's right to say that the form that we're seeing at the moment through the Rwanda bill would be amended by Labour. I think that's been very consistent on what they've been saying.
Well, Dr. Alex Vines of Chatham House, really appreciate your perspective here. Very, very interesting stuff.